With input prices going up, what we do see is a lot of firms saying to us they can't really raise prices. The competition, whether here in the UK or indeed around the world, is such, it's so fierce, they're not able to raise prices. A lot of our firms are telling us they now have to. They're very reluctant to do it, but they have to do it to maintain those margins. And they're in an uncomfortable position because they're worried about losing businesses.
The message from Westminster, though, is not overly friendly from business at this point. They're talking about those just managing in society and trying to make sure that they get a smoother ride. That does not say that the government is willing to cut business any slack at this point.
Well, I'd prefer them to look at the just about managing businesses as well as the just about managing individuals. Steve mentioned a moment ago the SMEs as the backbones of the economy. Quite a lot of those firms are saying, actually, those upfront cost pressures are what are really hurting me. The fact that sterling's come down 20% has made my inputs a lot more expensive. I'm having a rough time at the moment.
What's your argument with Adam? Is it with the government or is it with local councils? Because local councils are in dire straits on a completely different story, but related with financial pressures. They have got to find extra money now for care in the community and what have you, and obviously for homes for a lot of people as well. Government's putting a lot more pressure on them. They've got to find the money from somewhere. It's going to come from business rates.
The argument is undoubtedly one that we're having with central government here in the UK. They set the business rates. Yeah. Local government collects it. They get it back from the Treasury, then they spend it. They're not the ones at fault here, and they have been under huge amounts of cost pressure in recent years. I completely acknowledge that. This is a question for central government to address. We've been saying it for a very long time. The business rate system is broken.
When you said this to him, when you grabbed him against the wall and you said, "Come on, Philip," what did he say? Because you did it aggressively, didn't you, Adam? Tell me.
Of course, always aggressively. The UK government always says to us, we've taken action on this, we've fixed this particular problem. What they've done is they've chipped away at the margins. They've tried to help businesses a bit at the margins. It's the system that's broken. Highest property taxes on business in the developed world.
Wow. Adam, give us the BCC line on Schäuble, saying he wants a decent deal now for Britain. What do you say to that?
I'm delighted that you see an important figure like Wolfgang Schäuble saying this. At our conference last year, I asked him the question, what will you do if the UK leaves the European Union? What he said to me is, we will cry. Perhaps, actually, he was telling the truth at that time.
What do you think the Germans get out of this by taking a more lenient line?
I think they want to see trade continue. I think German firms that we speak to want to see continued flows of trade between the UK and the rest of the EU. I think on the financial services side, as you were discussing earlier, there is a need, of course, to maintain the UK's role in helping the rest of the Eurozone to finance its businesses as well. I think that there's a mutual interest in striking a good deal here.